Gonna just bide my time until the magic minute when everybody starts coming in. Seems to be about 2 or 3 minutes when YouTube finally like alerts people that we're here. I'm just gonna leave that alone. It looks dark to me on my phone. Let me check it online real quick. Are we even live? It didn't seem to even like... Alright, it doesn't look dark on my laptop. I don't know what's going on. Oh boy. Alright. Give it another minute here. I will be looking down at my laptop sometimes, but I'm filming on my phone, so I'll be looking up for that. Anyway, my goal today is to talk about the new Witcher series that came out. I'm not finished it yet. I'm at episode 4 or 5. And then I wanted to pull up some of the books that I am reading and recently got. That is the plan. Sometimes people come in and the chat goes wild and I lose control of the conversation. So we're just gonna see what happens. I think I see somebody else joining. 3 people joining. Hi. Did we reach the magic minute yet? I don't think so. Last time it bumped up to like 30 people or something ridiculous like that. So I'll wait just another minute. Again, the goal today is to talk about the new Witcher series and books. Here we go. 19 people just bumped up to hi everybody. My goal is to talk about The Witcher today. So if you are angry, here's your chance. I'm gonna wait like a couple more seconds and then start talking about it. So if you're here, let me know, and if you've seen the new Witcher season 4 that just came out on Netflix, raise your hand or tell me in the comments. I have opinions. I have thoughts. I also have a live react video where I actually play the audio for the entire thing and react live to it. I have an edited down version of that I was going to post today, but I just went and checked on it and it hasn't finished uploading, even though I uploaded it yesterday. So I don't know what YouTube is doing. I'll get that out to you as soon as I can. Hi there. I can't say your name because it's in not the English alphabet, but I appreciate you saying hello. Thank you for subscribing. Awesome, awesome. Hi, John. I don't think you were the John that was here last time, or were you? I think that was a different second part of the screen name. Happy to hear from some of you. No, you weren't here before. Okay. I'm from the eastern United States, northeastern United States. Where are you from? Sorry, it's easier for me to read the chat on my laptop, which is down, but I'm filming from my camera. Just kind of greeting everybody, and then I want to... Guna MP India. Awesome. It's probably tomorrow in India. I think you guys are quite a ways ahead. It is 6:39 p.m. in where I am in the United States right now. But we have this weird thing where the clocks change an hour in the middle of the year, and it sucks because our pets don't understand this, and now they get me up an hour early. So let me know what time it is where you are, because that's always fun. I don't know, I always enjoy that. But yeah, so should we dive into this new Witcher series, or should I tell you what I'm reading? Because part of what I'm reading, 6:40 for you as well. Okay, so we're in the same time zone. You do not have to say where you are. Are you a teacher? Hi, Demon Pumpkin. I love that. Without the second P, but that's awesome. I actually used to be a teacher. I just really love books now, and I'm holding these up because we're going to talk about The Witcher. The season just came out on Netflix, but they're based on books, so it's book related. I've been doing lives on Sundays because I haven't had videos. My Witcher video was supposed to go up today, but YouTube just stopped and like is still uploading it. I have the live. Hi Hamidos, hi Takamine. Gosh, this is so hard. 6-7. Please don't start spamming the chat with 6-7 stuff. It's like kind of a private joke here, but please don't spam it. Like, don't, like, you can say it, but don't have like huge blocks of text because it messes up my phone. Did you just rip a wet fart? I did not. But hello. If that's how you say hello, then it's none of my business. Morocco. Awesome. We have someone from India as well. I know those are not anywhere near close to each other, but it's not where I am. Takamine? It's a guitar brand. It means nothing. What means nothing? Wait a minute. And I can't just name a favorite book. You're gonna have to narrow it down for me. 6-7, yes. Yes, I know. Okay. Hi, Kenneth. I'm in the northeastern United States. That's as comfortable as I am saying where I am. Yes, my favorite color is purple. Just a little purple today. I tend to gravitate towards that, as you can see. So, good call. Another question, am I a teacher? Berserk Devil. And hello, George. I can't always... West Side United States. Awesome. Purple is cool. Thank you. I agree. What was I saying? Yeah, northeastern United States. It's a little bit rough here in the US right now. I am a federal employee, which means I am not making any money and still expected to work right now because our government cannot decide what to pay federal anything. So they just stopped. All funding, all money, no money to any federal program or person except themselves. Tell me how that's fair. Hamidos likes the color purple. Demon likes or Pumpkin likes red. That's fine. The book that I have, sorry if I see these out of order a little bit. I'm trying to look back and forth between both. I can see more of them on my laptop, so I try to go there. Any good new books you recommend? Yes. But what genre do you enjoy reading? And I will give you one. I'm holding the first 2 of the Witcher series books. There are 8, apparently. I thought there were 7, but I got the whole set, and there's 8 of them over there. I'm looking at them now. Netflix just released a new season of The Witcher, and this is very controversial because they recast the main character in the series, and people who are fans are really upset. And that's putting it lightly. So I have some opinions about that, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Let me just look at a few more chats, messages, comments. That's the thing. All right, any kids books for like 11-year-olds? Yes, I am actually currently reading one. This is so much fun. One of my favorite YouTubers just has talked about this book series. It's called Wings of Fire, but all the characters are dragons, and there's different kinds of dragons, and it's like a middle school age level. This is the first one. It's called The Dragonette Prophecy. any of these would be great. It's fantastic. I mean, it's adventure and it's dragons. So this whole series, I think there's like a lot of them. So yeah, 11-year-old probably would love that. Boy or girl, yeah. I'm a sub and go further on my YouTube journey. Will stop in sometimes. Thank you so much. I don't have an Instagram account for this channel. I do have a TikTok though. Indom is here. The late streamer, I'm late by 15 minutes. No, I was late by 5 minutes. But I was late, yes. Sorry. You don't remember talking about that book? No, this was one that I bought. I just had it in a short video that I think I did like an unboxing, unbagging, whatever. So, you know, I don't think I've talked about this one yet, but I started reading it yesterday. And it's somebody asked for like a 11-year-old, you know, book recommendation, and I brought it out. You don't like books, sorry, I like the internet. Well, then maybe you'll enjoy the Witcher conversation. Are you a teacher for the third time? I used to be. Sorry, I don't know if I actually answered your comment. But you may have missed it in the beginning. I used to be a teacher. I was supposed to teach music, ended up training animals, and then did like long-term kind of substitute teacher stuff for a lot of special ed classes. I have the Warrior series. I'm on the 4th Apprentice. Oh, cool. I have been meaning to start that. That's with the cats, right? I've been meaning to start that forever. I have the, oh, wait. That is the series name, yeah. You said one of your favorite YouTubers talked about this. Oh. See, I still don't get all your jokes. I'm sorry. I meant Emily from Snake Discovery. Go subscribe to Indom Games or whatever the heck. What channel are you building right now? Because I was studying a lot. Gotcha. You're swapping accounts. Okay, I just said that. Kind person, thank you. Have you read full of this book you're showing in your beautiful hands? Thank you. No, I have not. I've read up to page 80 in it. Let me talk about these real quick because we are going to get to The Witcher in just a minute. Can't type on that phone. Yeah, that's fine. Book 2, it is good. Okay. You're focusing on Indom Games now. Okay. Is religion man-made? Well, that took a turn. I'm not going to go into that hot topic right now. You're doing pretty good on the editing channel. Good, good. Talk about The Witcher first. Okay. Okay. I will. So. All right. Let's start. Very, very brief rundown. Okay. The Witcher is basically fantasy series. Started as Polish books. They've now been translated into English, which is why I've read the first 4. The Witcher is a guy that was forced to go through these mutations to make him basically superhuman. And he's a monster hunter, but he often gets himself wrapped up in these situations where he kind of has to do the right thing, and he ends up doing it in spite of himself. And his name is Geralt. And a man named Henry Cavill played him for 3 years on the Netflix show. And now, the 4th year for the 4th season, they changed the actor. It was the previous actor's decision. Liam Hemsworth is the new Geralt. And the fandom has been really, really upset. And that's understating it by quite a bit, okay? There's other main characters. There's a love interest who's like a very powerful sorcerer named Yennefer. They're kind of mentoring this very powerful girl named Ciri. Way more complicated than this, guys, okay? I'm just kind of giving you the main characters real quick. We're almost done. And then there's a singer who's supposed to be best friends with Geralt named Jaskier. Okay. So, this could be spoiler alerts because season 4 is season 4. So it could be spoilers for the first 3 seasons. So hopefully we don't spoil anything for you. Let me just check on the comments real quick. The Witcher just joined the chat. Yes, it did. I'll be streaming for probably at least an hour, maybe a little longer. Hi, Red Fox, Red Fox. You don't know why they replaced Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill left because he didn't like where the show was going. So that's probably going to tell you how well season 4 is going to do. And I'm like 2 minutes away from talking about it. Yennefer, yes, Yennefer. Oh, thank you for subscribing and liking. I really appreciate that. No, I'm not single and I'm not going to talk about that. Yeah, I'll be here in 10 minutes for sure. Thank you, Naeem. Stream for 67 minutes. Okay. Start the clock. Start the clock. I will try. Okay, so I live streamed episode 1. Let's just talk about Liam playing Geralt for a second. Let's just talk about Liam. None of the other things, because I actually disliked things more than just the Liam situation, okay? Just the recasting of Geralt. Yeah, well, we haven't even gotten to it yet. Is it Ellie? Yeah, we haven't even gotten to it yet. So, Liam Hemsworth had a decent performance. I know. I said it. He wasn't that bad as Geralt. There were moments when I forgot it was a different actor. Not very many, but there were moments when I forgot or just didn't blatantly notice that it was a different face. A lot of the like sounds he made, like the little grunts and all that stuff, like that really kind of sounded like Henry Cavill. And even though book Geralt is a lot less grunty and a lot more talkative, most people have just seen the show, and Henry Cavill is Geralt for most people. Let's just face it. So, do you think The Witcher really been in the world? This is a fantasy series. Oh, you missed that stream because you were trick-or-treating. Yeah, we did that after. Yeah, it's up. You can go check it out. Anyway, so I really loved Henry Cavill. I did not think I was going to like anything about recasting it. But okay, I'm going to skip that. Sorry, I get distracted really easily. So, however, some of the lines he delivered were not great. I could see that he was really trying to stick to Henry's Geralt. He's not Henry. I mean, you know, it's going to be what it is. And here was my biggest pet peeve. 2 biggest pet peeves. First, the F word was not delivered like Henry. Henry had a really strong F word. Liam doesn't. He doesn't. It bugs me because that was like Henry's favorite word. Naeem, they're being sarcastic. They don't actually, as far as I know. They're not a real thing. See, distracted. You're gonna have to remind me what I was talking about. The F word was not strong. That was one of the things that I wasn't gonna judge him until I heard the which I can't get that deep. The and the F word. I just saw that your Ember showcase was up there, and I just clicked on it for a little bit, but then I realized I was late for the thing. Hi from Saudi Arabia. Oh no, wait, this is different. Hi John, you're back. Okay, so yeah, so the F word was weak. The grunting and the sounds were okay for me with Liam's character. The other pet peeve, what was I gonna say? Oh my god, what was I gonna say? It was like one of the biggest things, and now it just went straight out of my head. This is why I have to like look at the comments and then look back up or whatever. If that's why I was late, you're not mad anymore. Yeah, it's part of the reason. I was waiting for it to boot up, and I was like, oh, he posted. Oh, the other pet peeve. Okay, I just thought of it again. His wig was too clean. He was rolling around in the mud. Henry Cavill always had mud everywhere, or dirt or something, including in the wig. Liam's wig was like bright white all the time. And I know he's supposed to have white hair, but his wig was just too clean to be the Witcher. He was literally rolling around in the dirt or the dirty water. They had him fighting a Kikimora that did not look like the Kikimora from season 1. I don't get it. There were things that they could have done really, really well that were easy things that they just didn't. They just didn't do well. But Liam by himself, I think, did okay. He didn't do as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think he did the best he could with a slightly higher voice and bad writing. Because here's the overall gist of it. The writing is just terrible. It was terrible. I don't know what they're looking at. They're not looking at this. These are the first 2 books, so they were kind of already done in the show. So right now, I'm looking at my book collection of them over there. I heard them say Time of Contempt, which is the 4th book, and it's the last one that I read in the series. I'm trying to reread them and then keep going with it, with the books. They said Time of Contempt. The last episode is called Baptism of Fire, which is also a book title. Let me look at the chat real quick. I appreciate the compliments, but I'm not available, especially to people online. But I appreciate the compliments. Freaky Ranus Rex, did you just invent a dinosaur? Yeah, we got some language barrier going on in there, but that's okay. Everybody just be nice to each other. Thank you. Thank you. If I don't yeah, no, I'm not gonna date people from the internet. Did it work? Are they married? No. Okay, so there were a few fight scenes. I'm just talking about episode 1 right now. Hi, Junior. Try to be nice. Okay, I don't want to lose control of the chat this early on. Talking about episode 1. I'm up through like episode 4 or 5 in the new Witcher series. That's what we're talking about in case you're just joining in. Not going to talk about relationship-y stuff anymore. So that's the end of that. Because I did respond a couple times in this stream already. There were a few fight scenes in the first episode that were really shut up and dumb. They were really just fighting to show that Liam Hemsworth could fight. They had a recap that was separate from the season, but then the episode started and they had a recap again. But they put Liam Hemsworth in the scenes that Henry already did. So I'm like, why are they doing 2 recaps? Because the first recap was like separate. So, and Henry was in that, but they didn't show his face very much, I noticed. It's all in my live stream, and I have another video coming out that I don't know what happened to YouTube today. It was supposed to be up today. So, what was I saying? Oh my god. Yeah, so they put a few fight scenes in there, I think, just to show that he could fight. And it was unnecessary. He looked pretty good fighting, except the editing was super effed up. That he would be here sword fighting, and there'd be 2 guys over here, and you'd see them, and they would just stand there. And then you could practically hear the director cue them, and they would run in and he would fight them. And like, if it's a real fight, they're all gonna be trying to fight him. And Geralt's supposed to be a really good sword fighter, so he's supposed to be able to take like whoever. So you could just, that happened a couple times. You could just see, you know, the stunt people off screen, and then they would just like come in later. It happened with the Yennefer scene too. They had like 4 or 5 of the most powerful mages standing there. Yennefer tries to get through an angry mob. No magic. Where did magic go? I don't know. She just tries to muscle through them and they're like angry at her. Then she gets distracted and leaves, and they don't run after her. They just let her leave. They just, okay, I guess we're not mad at her anymore. And the other mages, again, the most powerful mages in this Witcher universe, open the gate for this angry mob, and one of them gets stabbed. What? Bad writing. Why are they using their magic? Why are you having this stupid angry mob anyway? Like, it did not need to be in there, and it was very, very poorly executed. Let me look at the chat real quick before I go on to the next topic. What are you specifically talking about, Indum? Because I don't know if you're talking about the chat or you're ragging on my topic right now. Why Witcher? Okay, great question for this at this point. A new season just came out on Netflix of The Witcher, and everyone expected it to just be horrible. So I'm talking about what I think, and I want to hear what other people think. But so far, that comment is on the chat. Yeah, okay. So I'm trying to start a conversation about it. I don't know if people are interested. Seems like not so far. I mean, just the editing issues, though. I mean, I know some of you can relate to that. You have your own channels. Gosh. I know these people are... We've got heavy on the... did it work or are they married today? We've got 2 people, like, fighting over me in the comments. I don't care. It's fine. Okay, so yeah, Yennefer's timeline, Yennefer's storyline, sorry, doesn't make any sense. 3 people, yeah, I saw. Trying to ignore it and just answer, like, not those questions. Yennefer's storyline made no sense. She doesn't do any of that in the books. I specifically looked up if she, like, I can't think of an alternative word, YouTube, but they were, like, trying to torture people to, like, get information out of them. She doesn't do any of that in the books. Why are you taking rich characters with 8 books worth of material and giving them garbage? Why? Why? Ciri's storyline has been mostly garbage as well. Again, trying to ignore the stuff because I said I wasn't going to. Yeah, you can answer for me, Indum. No problem. Okay. I'm not ending the stream. Okay, off-topic question, but I wanna answer this one because I like this, and it is kind of related. Do you think George R. Martin will die before Ice and Fire is completed? Unfortunately, yes. I think we have a chance of getting Winds of Winter at some point, but I think not only would he have ended up with more than 7 books, but I don't think we're going to get past Winds of Winter if we get that book at all. And that really sucks. And I wonder if he's just scared to release it because if people hate it as much as they hated the ending of the show, he's kind of cooked, like toast, you know, like just he's done. Like his popularity is so high at this point that he doesn't want to risk, you know, losing all of this, not just fame, but like all of this adoration for his work. You think so too? Yeah. I don't think he's abandoning it. I think he's just losing confidence because season 8 went so badly. Yeah, another fantasy world, everybody. If you're not following it, Indom is from Earth. Yes, that's good. If you weren't, I would be curious, actually. Indom's now calling people names without them knowing it. Anyway, yeah. So Game of Thrones is a whole other thing. I'm reading I don't have it over here, but I've read like almost everything Game of Thrones related. I haven't finished the Hedge Knight novellas, but I probably will, probably after the show comes out, to be honest. Are you gonna watch the Night of the Seven Kingdoms? I'm excited for it. There's not gonna be dragons in it, but I'm excited for it because there's gonna be some interesting things. It's gonna be totally different. The book is not so much interesting, but only in your commentary. Well, thank you. Yeah, so I also think George R. Martin has way too much material to put in 2 more books for Game of Thrones. I mean, I know the whole number 7 is significant to the story, but there's plenty of authors that wrote more than what they thought they would for a story. Haven't read Hedge Knight yet. It's good. I read a like graphic novel version of the first novella or whatever, and it was really cool to see the renditions of the characters, and then now seeing the trailers and stuff for it. Yeah. 767. 767 was actually a set of numbers in my childhood phone number. There's a piece of useless information for you. All right, hold on. So we've got my opinions on The Witcher. We've got 2 opinions on Game of Thrones. Anybody else have some fantasy related opinions or book related? Black Cat is in my wheelhouse as far as the topic. And Indom is trying really hard to keep the chat correct. It's got 7 views. Oh, it looks like 5 for me. It's 5 and 10. 10 is good for likes. You like a story with fewer characters. I think Martin trips himself up with so many characters. That could be true, but I think he's got a clear vision of where they're all going. And his brain is just super genius to keep these all straight. I mean, this story and these characters all came out of his brain. Like, that's amazing. That is incredible. I don't know if we need a mod just yet, but yeah, you would be a good choice. Hi, John. In and out today, huh? You mean your video got 7 views. That's great because it hasn't been up long, I don't think. Although I don't know when it came out today. I just saw it earlier. Like, I saw the notification earlier. Am I going to go live tomorrow? No, I probably won't go live again until next Sunday. I just started doing that regularly. It helps with subscribers. It helps with watch time, and I'm just having fun. Like, I've got some regulars, obviously, and it's just so much fun to like come up with, like, I don't know, private jokes that now like we have a community for or whatever. I don't think I've seen any other than Indom, but no mods right now. John, I've never met you before, so no. What do you mean why would you re-upload it? You're looking to have it like build even more? Maybe we do need a mod. I do not have Instagram. I have a TikTok though for this channel. I have a Facebook page for this channel as well, but I haven't updated it very often. Okay. I'm a little delayed, I think, on reading the chat too, because just like my laptop is loading differently. All right, so also, Black Cat, did you watch House of the Dragon last season? And if so, why did you hate the ending? Have you gotten into that fandom instead of the later Ice and Fire thing? You only see there's no mods right now. You see the little crown and the number for like how many times they've commented or something, I think. You haven't actually gotten into that series yet. It's a prequel to Game of Thrones, and it's worth it. It's worth it. We're not going to get any more Game of Thrones, so like House of the Dragon it has more dragons, and it's almost completely the Targaryens, which were my favorite. I mean, people that like Jon Snow and the Starks and stuff, like they're in there, but they're not the focus. But the dragons are. Oh my god, there's some problems with it, but I'm happy with it for more reasons than I'm unhappy with it. Whereas going back to The Witcher for a minute, like the new season, I'm unhappy with it a lot more than I'm happy with it. I don't even know if I'd say I'm happy with it, to be honest, even though Liam Hemsworth was not terrible, which is good news. And he's really the only actor that changed, but the storylines are just garbage. Some of the fight scenes, the editing was garbage. And I'm just like, why would you? Why? You might check it out. If you like dragons, check it out. You might want to read the books first if you're a book person, though. Season 8 kind of ruined it. Yep. Okay, hold on. Season 8 kind of ruined everybody. I was so upset. There were such beautiful moments in it, like camera-wise, like shot-wise, like when the two dragons went up above the clouds and stuff. But like the rest of the season, the rest of that episode, you could barely see because it was so dark and there was so much plot armor. My favorite game. Wait, is it just a show you've been watching lots or what? Yeah, I think maybe Indom knows. What do the crowns mean? Is it the most comments or the first comments or what? Because I'm actually not sure. Good night, Naeem. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. I'm glad you liked the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna have a busy day in the office tomorrow. Maybe not. It'll depends if I'm gonna get paid or not. Hold on a second. It just jumped down. I'm like, I have to look down here to see all the comments. What is my favorite game? Like video game or like board game or like what kind of game are you talking about? And don't be gross. What was my last book? What did I finish last? That is a good question. I think it was one of the Throne of Glass books. It was book 5 of the Throne of Glass series, which is actually right behind me. It's another fantasy series. But I have 5 that I'm in the middle of right now. Actually, I have more than that. Blah, 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 blah. It's top commenter. Okay. I'm just ignoring them and they're not like bothering me yet. Taking out the mountain was needed. Like in a different way than the fight that they had. Let me just check my phone. Okay, I'm at 75%. I'm fine. 75%, not 7.6 or 6.7. Hi, Pokemon. Hi. Wasn't it a book I finished? Wait, what is happening? What do I do in my office? I type things into like 20 different computer systems, and then money goes out to people that need it. Or we have to tell them that they owe us money, which right now we're not doing, luckily, because government shutdown crap. Indum's trying to nicely tell you to knock off what you're talking about, actually. He's being nice. He's being nicer than I might be. You're saying I finished a book like, wait, you finished one? Yeah, I actually did. I finished, how many have I finished so far? I have finished 48 this year. Although some of them were so bad that I don't know if you could call them books. But I did finish some books. I'm just in the middle of, technically I'm in the middle of 9 right now. But I'll tell you what I've been doing with my reading. It's been really fun. Then timeout. I think timeout is a good idea, actually. The Hound was your favorite character in Game of Thrones. I mean, Daenerys was for me. Daenerys all the way. She was a good character until the last freaking episode. And even then, like, as someone who deals with the public, I get it. Like, it was so weird because I was like, burn them all, burn them all. And then she did it, and I'm like, not like that. It was so conflicting. Okay, hold on. We're gonna do a 5-minute timeout for some of these because that's a good idea. I have to get used to juggling some of it. Your 7 brain cells. Mother of Dragons. Yes. She will always be a good character in my heart. You're here, senior bank manager. Oh, wow. In Karachi, Pakistan. Oh, I thought you said you were in India, but that might have been somebody else. And run your own business. Leather crafts. Interesting. Yeah, it was too much. How long till I stop streaming? I don't know. I should go to bed in like an hour, probably. Especially with the time change in this stupid country. Do they have the daylight savings thing over in Europe? Somebody tell me. I'll be on for like another... I'm always on for longer than I think. It's probably another hour. I don't know. Not yet, and I would make you a mod, but I'm dealing with it at the moment. I kind of need the practice juggling these things because I want the community to grow. But if somebody keeps coming back as bots or something, I'll switch it over to you. You don't know, maybe. I've not read the Witcher books. Are they like the Michael Moorcock books? What are those? I'm gonna look up on Goodreads real quick. If I could spell Michael. Tales of the White Wolf? Wait a minute. There is a bug on my floor. I thought I saw... Mother... Die! It's cold out, so all the bugs are like, holy crap, and coming inside. I've never heard of this series, so I don't know if they're like it. Let me click on one and see. The Witcher is called the White Wolf, and the first thing that came up in the search for me was Tales of the White Wolf, so that's interesting. But then I see what, the Ruby Throne, Elric, the Albino Emperor. Sorry, that was a that was a thing that yeah, I can't explain it. I'm sorry. It sounds like it's a fantasy, so actually it does sound similar. I mean, these fantasy worlds, these medieval fantasy worlds, are kind of all similar in some form. You know, there's a magic system and there's good guys and bad guys and stuff. Game of Thrones was so new and different because you never knew who was going to die. It's one of the only book series to kill the good characters. And it wasn't just one. It's been out for a while, so I'm not trying to spoil it for people, but like... Yeah, so the Witcher books, there's 2 books of short stories and then the official, like, book 1. But I found that book, Blood of Elves, kind of boring, actually. we'll have to see on the reread, but I found, like, the first one is The Last Wish, and that's what basically the first season on Netflix is about. And it does a great job of introducing the characters. I mean, you just absolutely fall in love with them. I did. That's why I got hooked on this fandom at all. Let me see. Elric is the main guy. Okay, so that was, let me look back at that in a second. Yep, John, I see you. You're tired and yeah, you're probably, it's probably late at night again for you. 0 minutes of sleep? Not even 6 or 7 minutes of sleep? I see. Okay, not joined the chat. I studied music education, and then I became an animal trainer. Yeah, because that's typical of me. I did teach special ed a lot, part-time. Not even 6 or 7 minutes of sleep. I'm so sad for you. I really am. Maybe you can get 6 or 7 hours tonight? Yeah, disgraceful. Wait, what was the thing? Please say something about somebody I don't know. I'm sorry. I know. Yeah, okay. Elric. Okay, wait. I'll have to look for one of the Witcher books. We have some pretty cool bookstores here in southern Arizona. Awesome. I've been looking for something that isn't Barnes & Noble, but they're all like in the city near me and hard to like drive to. So I'm going to click want to read for this Ruby Throne, Elric 1, because I'm really curious about this now. Let me just look at let me take care of this and then I'll look at the synopsis real quick. Yeah, so what I'm seeing is Elric has ruled how do you say it? Melnibone? For millennia? You gotta love these fantasy names. A feat made possible through magic and various herbs that serve to strengthen and prolong his life. There is like a herb elixir kind of magic thing in The Witcher. However, Elric's empire is crumbling before him, and now his envious cousin and prince of Mel, whatever that is. Oh god, how do you say that? Yrkoon. I'm not even going to try it. Plots to claim the Ruby Throne for himself. Maybe I'll look for the audiobook of this one. Oh, there's pirates. Yeah, so Witcher isn't so much about like the ruling family of the throne. Like Game of Thrones kind of is, and it sounds like this is. It's more of a like cast of characters fighting monsters and getting into situations. It's adult, but it's and it deals with some themes like what is evil and what is, and it deals with, I think it eventually gets to like the ascension of a warrior princess, basically, actually. And everybody kind of fighting over her and not even really knowing where she is. And the Witcher has her and is protecting her from all of this. But then they lose each other, and then they find each other, and then they lose each other, and then they... Anyway, there's another big scene in the Witcher season that I want to talk about in a minute, having to do with Ciri. But let me catch up on the chat. It looks like people are going all over the place. Sounds like Welsh. Yeah, it does. Yeah. I wonder if it... Where's the author from? Wait, did he write this? It says Michael Moorcock's Elric #1, but he's not listed as one of the authors. Julian Blondell? Doesn't say anything about him. There's so many of these that are probably really good. Eggs. Eat all the eggs. I would, except they're like $10 a dozen. Piyush, I don't know what you're saying. Pakistani? Aren't there multiple languages in Pakistan? Okay, so I know what I was going to say about Siri, but I feel like there was something else I was going to say first. You would start with Stormbringer? Okay. That says it's the second book. Why is it called this? Is it this guy's character? But not his book? I'm confused. Where did the Michael Moorcock thing come from? Is that because he doesn't seem to be the author? I'm very confused. I'll put one to read for Stormbringer. I have access to a lot of free books through a nonprofit that I work with, and it's often like sometimes I can find, especially ones that have been out for a while, there. So I'll put it on my list, although my list is like 1,000 long, literally, but I'm curious to see what that's about now, because it sounds up my alley. Oh, is this from a different country originally? Let me look at the chat and find out, because 007, hello. Mia Kyle's back. What's going on? So, wait, you said he is the author, but the author looks like Julian Blondell. Is it like a pen name or something? I don't, I'm confused. We're talking about books. We're talking about The Witcher Season 4 that just came out and is very controversial. So let me know if you've seen that. We got a little bit into the Game of Thrones seasons and what went wrong with that. And I was about to talk about something that happened in episode 1 for the new Witcher. They recast the main character in the show, and he wasn't as bad as I thought. It was bad, but it wasn't as bad. But the other character stuff was garbage. Julian Blondell. Yeah, they recast Henry Cavill to Liam Hemsworth, and the fandom is bonkers mad over it. But Henry left on his own because he didn't like the way the show was going, and I agree. I know, everybody's mad. Everybody's mad that watches it. Wait, I want to see what Stormbringer is about now real quick. And then I'll get back to like everything that I was originally talking about. This is, it's a little spoiler, but it says former emperor, so something must have happened in the first book. All right, well, that's okay. You broke your foot. Did you break your foot on your honeymoon? A cursed sword. Hold on. My caps lock is stuck on. Hold on a second. Not getting anything for Cursed Sword. Is that a series name? I'll start, yeah, if I can find it, I'll start with the first in the series. But sometimes if I get others in the series for free, I might read a chapter or two just to see if I like the author. But yeah, okay, so this might be a little controversial, but I don't think you guys are going to be a problem. No, sorry. Oh, a cursed sword. Okay. That's what Elric has. Gotcha. I'm just so excited to find new stuff that I'm like Googling. Well, I'm on Goodreads. I'm on the Goodreads website looking at the stuff. Okay. So, also in episode 1 of The Witcher, season 4, with not Henry Cavill. No idea what that says, but that's okay. Hi, Ilsrael? why do people do that? This is an honest question. When people say hi and then they say said hi, like, are people, like, what is with that? Because I see a lot of people do that and I don't understand why. Also, there's an emoji on my phone, but not on my laptop, and I'm not sure why. Is it like a thing for people to say hi in a live stream or something? I don't understand what that is. I'll have to rejoin Netflix. I haven't had it in a while. Fair. All right. Nicholas is getting removed. It's an icon to send the hi emoji. How do I get rid of a person? Okay. All right. I had to get rid of my first person in the chat. Oh, what a douche. Okay. Sorry, guys. Trying to have physical media over streaming. I don't blame you. So, okay, so I understand NGM. I understand the hi emoji. But why do they, like, they type out hi and then afterwards they type out said hi? Like, I can't see them saying hi? I'm confused. Too many streaming services. Amen. Why? I mean, I know why. It's like having the, when we went to cable TV channels, but, like, the more the merrier, until it got crazy, too many. And then what's the point? What am I doing in the live? I'm talking about some books. I'm talking about the Witcher series, which is based on a book because the season just came out. And a couple other fantasy series came into the chat. And then just kind of seeing what people are talking about. And we had some... Oh, you click the send hi button and it sends hi. Where's that? See, these are the things that I need to learn. Black Cat agrees with me, yeah. It only appears when you first... Oh, so that's why they're doing it first. Gotcha. In your phone. Gotcha. See, this is the stuff that I need to learn. And the things that I wish people would talk about instead of going down flirtatious channels that make no sense. Okay. Where was I? Okay. So, in the Witcher series, I'm just going to talk about this one more scene, and then I'll probably talk about something else. And I knew I got... It's not really kind of a... I mean, it's kind of a spoiler, but in the Witcher series in general, okay, Ciri is a child. She's a princess, but they end up training her as a warrior. She's a child, okay? She's growing up and she's learning stuff. She's kind of learning how the real world works and stuff. Wow, we're getting some douchebags tonight. I don't know what's going on. Losing my train of thought to make sure that I don't have to block people. Okay, so we are used to her as a child. I don't know what her age is supposed to be right now in season 4, but Black Cat. I usually don't have much of an issue though. I don't know. I guess it means my channel's getting bigger. Oh gosh. I'm gonna remove another person. Yay! Okay, so all of a sudden in season 4, episode 1, mind you, Ciri just starts having a sexual relationship. And there's about 40 minutes with... It's a sign I'm making it. Yeah, great. Yeah, they are. I just had to remove another person, and I thought you were going to sleep. Yeah, I would chill, NGM, or you're going back in timeout. You haven't at least been completely inappropriate at this point. Ugh. Okay. So yeah, so all of a sudden, this character who we've seen as a child for 3 seasons is in a relationship of some kind. And it's a same-sex relationship, which is fine. Not a problem for me. But there was no character development or awakening of any kind, or like exploration of her attractions, her sexuality, whatever. Nothing. They just, boop, now she's an adult in an adult relationship. Like, there was no character development for either of the characters. And I knew, like, they do get together in the book, and apparently it is problematic because apparently there's like a Stockholm syndrome situation, because Ciri has been separated from Geralt and Yennefer at this point, and she's kind of looking for them, but she comes across this like band of thieves kind of thing, and that's who she has a relationship with, is one of these women in that. And it just came out of nowhere. Like, it could have been so beautifully done if they wanted to make it a positive thing. She also hooks up with her right after another guy almost assaults her. Doesn't happen like that. No, it doesn't happen like that. We're talking about season 4, episode 1 of The Witcher that just came out, and everybody is like upset about. Ciri and Yennefer, yeah, they're characters in The Witcher. I'm sorry, I talked about them before, but hi Mateo. Yeah, we're talking about The Witcher, we're talking about fantasy series, we're talking about books. We're a little bit all over the place. Hi again, John. You've been in and out of here like 4 or 5 times. Get a job, OMG. Okay, I have one, but that's okay. Haven't seen it, but heard of it. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about it right now because it's really something. So I don't know why they didn't take a good story within a story within a story. We're still talking about the same stuff, John. Why didn't they like develop that? I don't know if they're just trying to rush to get through the material that they're not following anyway. It's just, it's infuriating. It's infuriating that they have such great characters at their fingertips. The Witcher's also a series of video games, which I haven't played. But apparently they're really popular, but they take place after the books. The series is trying to adapt the books. They're not doing a very good job. I've talked about almost all of the short stories in this one on my channel. That's not true. I've only talked about half of them because I still have to edit the rest. And I compare them to the show, but that's still book 1, season 1 for the most part. So I don't know book-wise how far off the rails they actually went, but it seems pretty far. I mean, other than having characters that exist in the books, I don't think they're really doing much anymore that's in the books. Maybe throwing some names around of events. Apparently they've like completely destroyed characters that are supposed to be good, like intelligent characters, and made them idiots. That just, the whole tone is wrong. I don't know. You were scrolling and saw this again? Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of all I wanted to say about the new season, is like, Liam was not as bad as I thought, but the rest was pretty bad. Yennefer and Ciri's stuff was just not well done whatsoever. Oh my god, I so agree, Black Cat. Lady Stoneheart from Game of Thrones was not in the Game of Thrones HBO show. Her revenge plot would have been interesting, especially when she started meeting up with Brienne, which we haven't gotten the next part in the books, and it wasn't in the show. So, there's so many unanswered questions for sure. So many unanswered questions. And Lady Stoneheart would have been a great character. I mean, people liked Catelyn Stark anyway, so like, oh my god. But I don't know where that thread was going, so I don't know how important it was to the overall, like, end of the story. And a note on Game of Thrones, by the way, apparently George R.R. Martin did tell the characters and the writers how it ended, I mean, broad strokes. So I think how it ended was actually how the books are going to end, with Daenerys not on the throne, unfortunately, and Bran doing what Bran ended up doing and all of that. But it's not going to get there in the same way. And it's George R.R. Martin's writing. Like, I wish he had the confidence to just come out with the next book and remind us why he's amazing, you know, because it's not going to be the very end yet. So why not come out with book 6 to give us more? He doesn't have to end it until, I don't know. Do I make lives on TikTok or just here? I don't think I can on TikTok yet. I don't think I have enough subscribers. Don't you have to have 1,000 subscribers to go live on TikTok? I'm not really developing TikTok like I'm trying to with my YouTube channel. Black Cat agrees. Awesome. Ugh, yeah, it's so frustrating. I'm trying to think of other storylines that were abandoned. I don't know right now because I wasn't prepping for that conversation, but there's probably so many. I think there were some of them I didn't mind that they skipped, like Daenerys' marriage to the guy over in Marine, I think. I couldn't really follow that anyway, to be honest. Game of Thrones is his baby for sure. I heard Wild Cards was good, but haven't read any of it. Let me look that up. Wild Cards. Is that another George R.R. Martin one? No. I feel like I've heard of this. Completely different. Is that a romance series? Okay. Book related again. I was kind of a... Okay, yes, he said. I think it's a compilation book. Maybe I'm not on the right one then. I have a couple other books by George R.R. Martin. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Aces High, Joker's Wild. Where's the first one, though? Hold on. I'm not going to get to him that way. Let me see. It's a shared universe. I don't think I have that one, but I have heard of it now that I'm looking at it. I have I have one called Tough Voyaging. Here it is. You're exactly right. It's a compilation book. Have I seen that? Oh, I had that. But there was so little written by him that I redonated it. Because I was just like, I'm not going to read this. That's why I've heard of it. All of the, yeah, like you said, shared universe. All of the stories were different. And I don't think he was the editor. So he didn't even write them. Yeah. What was I saying? I talked about Daenerys marrying the dude in Marine. What else do I have by him that he didn't? I had like 3 volumes of this Wild Cards set of stories because I was like, oh, it's George R.R. Martin. I'm going to read everything that he ever wrote. I didn't. I gave them back. They were huge. I mean, in George R.R. Martin, style. What are some of the other ones that I own? Fever Dream I own. And I own, there's 2, I think it's shorter stories. Something songs. What is it called? his short story, The Ice Dragon, is in it. Dream Songs, Volume 1 and 2, I have. Wait, why didn't I mark them as having them? Is my data wrong? Oh no. I'll find out. They're not all winners. You have to prioritize if you have a big backlog. Oh my god. I don't know. With the viewers situation, it comes and goes. It's usually the most in the beginning, and then it kind of drops off. So, no, you'd think Game of Thrones would bring people in, although my stream is something's wrong with YouTube. I put a title on this, not just FlyOn is live, and it didn't save it. Yay, I'm glad you subscribed. I'll go live next Sunday. I didn't put these in here. Shame on me. My data is wrong on Goodreads. Shame, shame, shame. Your father's an author. Awesome. Do you like his books? Next question. Oh, the romance thing, which wasn't what you were talking about, so never mind. I kind of accidentally was a romance book snob. Like, oh, romance isn't real. Totally revised that this year. I have become a romance reader, and a lot of it is crap, but some of it is really funny or clever or whatever, and I've really been enjoying it this year. Never thought that would be me. Never thought. Yes, Craig Key Street. No, you don't like his books. Let me see what kind of books they are, because if they're like romance books or something, then like I can understand why you'd be like, I don't wanna read this, Dad. Oh, that's interesting. The Rattlesnake Who Went to School? I'm having a lot of things come up on Goodreads. But spelled weirdly. It's street, but it's spelled weirdly. Okay, hold on a second. Hamidos, I put you in timeout for a little bit because you weren't stopping with the flirtatiousness, and I don't want that. And NGM also was in timeout for a little bit, and I'm gonna just continue to not respond. He is full Cherokee. He wrote Native American themed books. Why am I not finding that? Hold on. I have some in a not English language. Oh, I found one. If All Else Fails. We need more Native American authors. Is this a short story version? Because I could definitely look at this. I'm also, like, I'm subscribed to Kindle or whatever. Hi, Shaw. You will not subscribe to my canal? That's up to you, man. You gotta behave. He's bigger in the Netherlands than USA. That must be what I saw. Is he from the Netherlands, or did he just sell in the Netherlands for some reason? Well, you said Cherokee. He's American. Yeah. Native American. Duh. And there's the thing that NGM was talking about, where he said hi, and the thing. Okay. I understand now, even though I don't know what that is. So are you saying I should try to read one of his books or not? I don't know. If so, which one? His second wife is Dutch, and he lived in the Netherlands for a time. Yeah, I figured it out after I said it. Sorry. It's up to me. I don't know which one. I don't know. Let me go back and see. Because I want to read more Native American points of view. This says he's a sci-fi author, which probably wouldn't be from Native American points of view. Okay. Thank you for the warning about earthquakes. Actually, we just had an earthquake near me recently. It was very weird, but I didn't feel it. You only stream now after 7 days. Well, I have a job and real health issues and stuff and a lot of pets. So yeah, I don't stream every day. But I do try to stream Sunday evenings. Oh crap, it's almost 8 o'clock already for me. I'm gonna have to go soon. I'm trying to pick one of these to like read maybe. Craig Street is a Native American science fiction writer. He is noted for his use of American Indian, we're going to use that word, themes, and has multiple Nebula Award nominations since the 1970s. Okay, it's short stories and novellas. I could fit one of those in. Time, Deer, and a Sunday. Let me see. Time, Deer? I don't see. Sorry, I'm looking up Craig Key Street right now as an author and trying to decide if I want to. Hey, Josh! He does have Native American characters in a few sci-fi books. He mostly does children's books now. I saw that as well when I searched for him. And I do see, I guess they're the Dutch titles. I keep going back to this if all else fails. Okay, I'm just gonna do this and move on. Hopefully I'll remember what it is when I'm like, why do I have this on my list? Okay, let me catch up on the chat and just kind of see what's up. So Josh, we were talking about the new Witcher series that just came out with a new lead actor, which is, they're based on books, only not really so much anymore. And then we were talking about Game of Thrones, and now we're talking about sci-fi or fantasy genres, stories, shows, and I'm looking on Goodreads for stuff. 6 + 7 is 13. Is that how old you are? Wait a minute. That would be kind of funny. I mean, I'm sorry you're that age at some point in your life, obviously. Okay. No. Okay, that'll be interesting if I see any of those books, because it looks like there's not, you're 6 + 7 - 3. Yeah, we have minors in the chat, but they're cool. It's okay. I think he made more money as a creative writing professor at a university rather than on his own works. It's hard, from what I hear, to break out as an author. I would love to publish one day, but I don't know if I could pick what it would be about, because my life is so weird. I mean, my channel, I can't even decide. It's art and animals, but the art kind of shifts from different things. I was doing a lot of makeup videos. I still do have a lot of makeup video content, but I've been reading a lot this year, so I've been talking about books again. I got out of my year-long book slump. I have all these exotic animals that are, part of the channel on that side of it. You got 500 subs. That's amazing. No, I didn't notice that. Black Hat is new to the chat, but they understand a lot of my fantasy series references. We were talking about Game of Thrones a bit. You know what? I didn't even notice the moto at the end. I haven't even said that this whole time. Yeah. Aww. I have a Siamese cat named Xavier, and he's asleep right now. He usually talks during any YouTube things. Miyamoto, aw. Yeah, I don't I don't want to know much about why you said was, because that's upsetting. Oh gosh, I'm looking at my Goodreads. I have 1,002 books that I want to read, and I have 2,000 in my house. Haven't read about 1,300 of those. So reading 50 books this year suddenly doesn't seem like a lot anymore. I love Siamese friendly cats. Yeah, if I don't know if I can handle getting another one after this baby. He's like my heart animal, but it might be Siamese or nothing from now on if we do get another cat. We end up like just accumulating animals though. I mean, I only have 5 at the moment, but I think all of them are rescues. Yeah, all of them are either rehome situations or rescues. I started the stream around 6:30. Wow, okay. Yeah, I've been on for that long. You need to read more books, Josh. A little over an hour ago, yeah. It's 8 o'clock for me here. All right, let me just mention what I've been doing with my reading lately. Where's the... maybe it's only 4 that I started recently. Mostly audiobooks. Yeah, they're great to listen to, especially if you're gaming. I'm not on my live. 6 out of 7. I see you. I see you. I see. If you ever tried a Kindle reader, I can't get into it. You know, I couldn't for the longest time, and I don't have an actual Kindle, but I have the Kindle app on my phone, and I've been joining a lot of the Goodreads giveaways, and they give away free books in Kindle format. So I have like over 100 of them at this point, and I've been reading a lot on there. But I want to get a separate Kindle rather than just stare at my phone, because especially if I want to read like before bed or whatever, I don't want to be staring at my phone. But I can't afford one right now because still making $0 an hour. Has a Kindle. What, does she read a lot? I never thought I'd be a Kindle person, but it's just kind of a matter of convenience. And now that I'm the Lady Anna on Goodreads, if you want to go see what I'm reading or whatever, but now that I'm in like 9 of them, it's hard to like bring them places. So I could just put it on the Kindle and yeah, have it anywhere. No, she doesn't read much. How do I live in my house if I make $0? Well, that's a great question, because it has been a month. My partner has a job and is making money still. I've been very careful with money, so I had a little bit of a buffer in my savings account, but the government is not paying us right now. And I'm trying to figure out, because I'm an essential employee, even though they're not really giving us much to do, because I was in training. But anyway, so I'm forced to work. So if I tried to do like food delivery or something, you know, just as extra income or full income, I don't really even have time for it. So I don't know. You'll be here next week. All right, we'll see you next week then. The silly sausage. I don't know what language that is. Yeah, bummer. Yeah. It's the most ridiculous country right now. I praying for a miracle. And I don't even want to get into the hypocritical religious BS that's going on either. Ugh. Nothing worse than when, there are things worse, but it's horrible when bad people justify their bad things by throwing religion in your face. Just not cool. Not cool at all. Hebrew. Okay. That wasn't what I was going to guess, but I see now. We had someone from Israel here earlier. I think they just commented a little bit and left though. All right. So I got this idea from a YouTuber named Allie. All I do is read, but it's her name, Allie. I do is read. So it's like a, you know, I absolutely adore her, but she did a video, I'm sure other booktubers have as well, where they just read a chapter of a book and then move on to another book. And my brain is usually all over the place, so it's hard to like focus for a long period of time. Sometimes I can do it fine, but I started just reading a chapter at a time and then changing books. And it worked. It worked. I did it yesterday and this morning. And I read for a couple hours straight. Whereas like if I just stuck to one book, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Hi, John. John is back for the 6th or 7th time, I want to say. And I need to stop after maybe this conversation here. Past chat, Indom said, yeah, Indom was here, but he left. Gooning. I don't know what you guys mean by that, but I think that's a good descriptor of what was going on. It doesn't confuse me. So yeah, I was about to say that, like, I thought it would. The only thing that confused me is that there's 2, like, romancy books, and they both have a character named Caleb. So that was kind of a bad choice. But one of the ones I'm reading is a middle grade dragon book. One of the ones is a dark romance that I got through a Goodreads giveaway. So this book was free, and it's not coming out until December. I'm reading a romance on my phone that's basically just smut. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not even sorry. And then I'm reading Dan Brown's new book, who wrote The Da Vinci Code. So these 3 by themselves, a middle grade dragon story, a romance, kind of, and a mystery thriller, are fine. Like I can keep track. Like I would be reading them probably in tandem anyway, but yeah, just not in like one chapter at a time. But it worked for me. I dropped it. It worked, and it made me want to keep reading them. And I'm like, no, I gotta stop at a chapter. And then I couldn't wait to get back to the book again. Now I picked 3 winners. The Kindle book is where the other romance is, and like I said, it's mostly smut. It's called Pucking Around. It's like big on BookTube right now, and that's where I got the idea, and I was like, I'll try it. Yeah, it's smut. I'm not complaining. It's pretty cheesy in some places. Okay, let me look at the chat. So yeah, I thought it was going to be hella confusing, but because the books are, for the most part, very different, didn't. Means gooning. Ooh, gross. Caleb physically jumped into another book. Yeah, he did. It was really confusing. I'm not going to say it. No, stick with that process. I think it is, and it's getting me excited about reading. It honestly, though, the way my brain jumps around, it makes me want to grab every book off the shelf and read a chapter. And I'm like, okay, let's try. Like, this was just an experiment I tried starting this weekend, and I just loved doing it so much. So, like, I just started this. No, this is middle grade, so it moves faster. But I finished 80 pages so far, and it's one of 4 that I'm reading. This one, I'm at 56, page 56. This one I had started prior, and I'm on page 102. And the other romance I started a while ago, and I'm past 200 pages now. If Kindle pages are pages. I don't know. But yeah. So, I don't know all of this book, obviously, but this one, this lady is in a very, like, frankly, abusive relationship where the guy just doesn't really care about her, keeps telling her she needs to lose weight, etc., etc. And a friend puts this app on her phone where you basically make the perfect boyfriend or girlfriend, I guess. And so she makes one just to see, you know, what it's like, and names it Caleb. And then, because there's a guy that she secretly likes that she's not even admitting to herself yet, and his name is Callahan. So she got the CA, but then she changed it because she was like in denial that she liked this other guy. She hasn't broken up with the POS yet, but I'm sure that's coming. Hopefully. We've got a little while to go. But the Caleb in the other one is a hockey player. So it's like, the Caleb was confusing me. I was like, wait, which Caleb is talking? Oh, this is a fake Caleb. Except the fake Caleb in here is actually Callahan, but she doesn't know that yet. And they don't know they like each other yet. It's really good. And I'm so happy because I just had a awful one that I won from Goodreads. Actually, it's right here. I opened it on the last live. It's this collector's one that smelled terrible. I don't know, Josh, if you were here when I opened this, but I read a chapter and I can't, it's so poorly written. I think it's self-published, so I feel bad for the author, like no shade, but I'm donating that one. Maybe somebody else will like it. It was horrible, but then I also won this one, sorry, and it's amazing. So sorry it's backwards, but it's Love Me, Stalk Me is what it's called. So yeah, dark tones there. Yeah, sorry, no, Love Me, Stalk Me. So dark romance, yeah. And there's some stalking in it, but it's not, is this a thing? It's not bad stalking? Like, you want these characters to like each other. Said hi. Hi, John, again. Stalk. Yeah, well, it's backwards and I didn't say it, so not your fault. Hi, ZL or Zian. Hello. Yeah, so I really like this one, and this one, it's so predictable, but it's a Robert Langdon story, and I love him, and Da Vinci Code did break my brain at the time that it came out, and I love the movie. It's like a comfort movie for me. So I've read everything that Dan Brown writes. He's like my guilty pleasure author. And now romance books are another guilty pleasure. Bringing it back around to The Witcher, read the books, maybe play the games. The series is not a reliable source of information about The Witcher. And it's getting more and more ridiculous. I'm not happy with the 4th season. I'm okay with Liam. If there has to be another Geralt, Liam is really trying. I just don't think he's being given much good material at all. And Yennefer and Ciri, it's ridiculous. Even if some of the things that happen in the show happen in the books, it's just not being well done in the show. You have played the games. I'd rather read the book than subscribe to Netflix. Yeah, read the books. And there's a lot more. I can't pick one of those numbers. It has to be both, Josh. There's a lot more substance in the books. There's a lot more banter that like actually is funny. There's a subtlety, and there's a depth to the characters that just make them amazing. I love the actresses who play Yennefer and Ciri, especially Yennefer. I mean, she made me fall in love with Yennefer, but apparently the character is not even resembling the book character. Netflix is the best. Yeah, Netflix is where The Witcher is showing, but it's not great anymore. If it was ever. I mean, the first season, I totally was hooked and read the books. I read the first 4 books, but because the book 2, 3, and 4 were audio, I don't really remember a whole lot. Geralt was singing to a mermaid at one point, and I was like, they have to do this, but never mind. Okay, I should really, really go because my brain thinks it's 9 p.m. for me when it's technically 8 p.m. But that is going to suck in the morning. I hate this stupid daylight savings time change thing. Just leave it with the longer evenings, please. What about Wheel of Time? I couldn't get into it. Neither could I. I didn't try my very hardest. I kind of just got a little bit of a feel for it and decided I couldn't tackle it. Thank you. Yeah, I say I'm going to leave and then I'm on for like another 20 minutes, but I'm going to try to leave soon. You love Mondays? Do you have school tomorrow? You're gonna get Veterans Day off, I bet. I don't know. My nephew has, I think he has school all this week, but we had a good Halloween. I hope I get restful sleep as well. What do I go to sleep or else? Okay. What books should I bring to try and read before bed? Should I do the trashy, smutty romance, or should I do one of these? Let me know. Any of them would be fine to read before bed. If something's too violent, I sometimes try not to, but other times I just read it anyway. But I'm normally not in the middle of 4 the way that I am right now. Yes, it's live. Okay. You have school tomorrow. Fire Wings. Oh yeah, sorry, they're backwards. So Love Me, Stalk Me, Dan, and this is Wings of Fire. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, no brainer. You know, I didn't like the humor when I tried. Okay, Wings of Fire. If you're the only vote, then that gets it. Uh-oh. Is YouTube glitching? My computer screen is glitching really bad. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I probably should read Diary of a Wimpy Kid just because so many people have read it and liked it. My favorite YouTuber? Oh gosh. I don't even know at this point because I watch makeup videos, I watch animal videos, I watch book videos. My favorite animal channel is called Snake Discovery, and I love Emily from Snake Discovery. She's actually the reason why I picked this book up, and I actually didn't even notice that connection when I just said that, but maybe that was a subliminal message or something. Good Night Moon. Yeah, I've read that one. You should do a different one than Wings of Fire. I don't know the difference. The one on your left, that's the Witcher one, so I read this one. That wasn't an option. This one was on the left. My left. These were the 3. The black one, the red one, or the dragon one? I only see 5. 5 what? 5 people watching. It goes up and down the whole time. Yeah, it says there's only 5 people. Yeah, that one. Which one? The dragon one? The black one. Uh-oh. All right. Face Off. Which one should I read tonight? What book is the coziest? The dragon one. It's middle grade. It's baby dragon, but well, teenage dragons kind of having adventures. Although there's some sinister stuff going on in there. I like to read, but I like to subscribe to people who can cartwheel more. Interesting. Wings of Fire. All right, it's winning. I think I'm legit gonna bring all 3 of these to work tomorrow and like try to do the same thing if I have some downtime, because it's chaotic over there. Okay, we're gonna block a 3rd person. Aww, that's a record. All right, so we had some bots this stream, but we also had a lot of viewers, a lot of likes, which is awesome. A lot of returning viewers, or very chatty, lovely new viewers that I hope will join us next week. Give me some topics, to talk about. The Witcher thing was timely, and I'll have to see if that video uploaded, because I hope it comes out tomorrow. It was supposed to come out at 3 o'clock today. So we talked about The Witcher. We talked about other fantasy books, which is amazing, and shows, and reading, and had a lot of bots or trolls or whatever you want to call them. And I got to spend time with some cool people. That's been the funnest, is that a word? The most fun part? The funnest part? Yeah, you guys told me to, so I'll read this tonight if I manage to read before bed. Sometimes I have a panic attack instead, so that's great. You're gonna go to Hope you do too. Wings of Fire. Yeah, it's a. You were here earlier. I was talking about that. Okay. I'm gonna go for real. Thank you for commenting. Well, I'm ending the stream, so you'll have to watch it from the beginning if you want to listen to me. I don't know if that's what you meant. I've been streaming Sundays, Sunday evenings for me. I'm in the northeastern United States, so I'm Eastern Standard Time. So evening, I've done as early as like 4:30. I've done as late as like 7:30, and then I go for an hour or two. It depends on what the chat does. You guys were feeding along here so that I could actually keep talking, which is fun. So right now, Sundays. I had a pop-up live stream on Friday when I watched that first episode. Just to get a live reaction, because I thought it was going to be a lot more negative than it was, actually. That video is up, but my highlights version of it is not, and that's a YouTube problem. So yeah, good night. I don't want to go. See, this is why I end up on for longer than I think. But I have to. Okay. Just press the X. Just press the X. All right. Good night. Thank you for a lovely conversation. I'm not going to read it on the stream, no. I was talking about when I go to bed tonight, what should I bring with me? Because I had like 4 options, actually more than that, but I'm going to do the audiobooks again tomorrow. I didn't even talk about that, but thank you for being here. Wait, can you ask a question? Yes. Go ahead. It better be a good one, though. It better not be one of the ones that got people in trouble earlier. Or are you just going to keep me hanging and I'm going to have to stay and see if you actually have a question? Thanks, Black Cat. It was lovely to talk to you. Sounds like we have similar tastes in a bunch of things. And you gave me a lot of good book options. So I appreciate that very, very much. All right, I'm going to wait like 5 more seconds to see if John has an actual question, and then I'm going to go ahead and go. So if you're here, hi, but bye. I have to go to bed, or try to. I'm going to be reading this because my viewers chose it. And it's a good one for, you did ask a question? Well, I'll just go then. So yes, good conversation for sure. Hopefully I'll see you guys next week. I've got plenty of videos you can go watch, lots of book videos, and a bunch of lives. So I will see you soon, I hope. Good night from me. And